Not too long before the end of the season now, folks. I think it's time we start discussing evolutions. It's not news to say that the evolutions come with every new season. Supercell tends to hint at the next evolution around about 10 to 7 days before the start of the next season, so I figured I'd hop on this bandwagon just a little bit early. I'm going to be making my predictions here for you today. I got 3 cards that I concepted myself. These are my concepts. This isn't official news. Get the spray can out, spray on the screen. We got a little clowner logo coming up. Would you just look at that? Ain't that just a beautiful intro right there? I'm going to be covering 3 evolution concepts from 3 different rarities. We've got a common, a rare, and an epic. So how about we do this in rarity order, starting with the common. I wanted to give evolutions to cards that needed a little bit of love, you know? I'll give an example of a card. Let's say Hog Rider as an example, okay? Now, giving an evolution to Hog Rider, that would be futile, because Hog Rider's already a card that's played very, very regularly, so you're just adding on to that. Now look at this example here, Skeleton Dragons. Whoa, here it is. Skeleton Dragons aren't really a card used outside of Lava Hound decks, or maybe even some Elixir Golem decks. Other than that, they're not really used. An evolution for them can give them much more utility, and I figured a part of their kit which could be used more is split lane Skeleton Dragons. This is where you place your Skeleton Dragons at the back or anywhere in the middle of the field. One will go to the left, one will go to the right. You're gonna hate me for what I'm about to say, but the evolution of the Skeleton Dragon, I linked back to Clash of Clans, okay? I do that so often, I know. I'm sorry. I'm not very intelligent. I can't come up with my own ideas. The baby dragons on the builder base of Clash of Clans, they're enraged when they're not near another baby dragon. So, these skeleton dragons here, when they are out of range of another skeleton dragon, let's say it's 3 tiles or something, when they're out of range of each other, they become enraged, and this enraged effect could give them enhanced damage or enhanced fire rate, one or the other. I imagine the skeleton dragons would also come along with a flat HP increase, since that's really what they need. And this evolution isn't only useful for split laning skeleton dragons, it's also useful if one of them get taken out and you're left with just one dragon. Then it's enraged and it will deal more damage. That's my idea for the skeleton dragons. I figured it's pretty good for a duos card like the skeleton dragons where there's only 2 of them, because they're going to be enraged eventually unless they're rocketed, fireballed. You get the point. Now for the rare card. The rare card is a little bit of a spicy, interesting meatball here. It's definitely not what you'd expect from an evolution, but just hear me out. The Elixir Collector is another one of those gimmicky cards, not really used unless it's in a big beatdown deck. A lot of people run heavy spells, such as Earthquake, Lightning, Rocket, to counter the Elixir Collector. As you see in the picture here, it's glowing. It's got a little aura around it, okay? What this does, the Elixir Collector evolution would shield completely the first hit taken from anything. That can be one skeleton hit, that could be an arrow, that could be a P.E.K.K.A swing. No matter what it is, all of the damage of the very first hit on that Elixir Collector is mitigated. This would mean spells such as Rocket, Lightning are completely useless against it unless it is hit once first. I think this would encourage a more versatile use of spells such as Earthquake, where only the first tick would be eaten, and the same with Poison. I think that would also stop this spell fandango that's happening with Elixir Collectors, where no one even wants to play Elixir Collector, even when they have it in their deck. We're avoiding using it because it just gets spelled right away. That's the Elixir Collector evolution. We've only got one more, guys, so before I get on to the epic evolution, I want you guys to write down in the comments your evolution ideas below. Hit me up with them. I'm very intrigued to hear what you have to say. And the final evolution of this video, my very own mustached fella, the Hunter. The Hunter isn't a card that's used too often, okay? It was used in a Royal Hog deck for a while. It was meta, I think, once. Other than that, I can't recall a time where I've seen it regularly in the ladder. And that goes across all levels of play. It's not really used too much in lower levels, it's not used too much in higher levels, and even like the top 500 leaderboard, you don't see the hunter. To combat this, my idea, my philosophy for the hunter, okay? Hunter evolution. The hunter bullets are sponged up usually by anything that's in front of it. Someone place a knight in front of it, all of the bullets going to him, the knight takes everything. With the hunter evolution, all of the pellets in the buccaneer shot are piercing, meaning they would hit that knight for the full damage and keep on going right through to the other things. Just like a magic archer arrow, where it pierces through everything, it's not affected, it doesn't slow down, it doesn't do less damage, it just goes through things. Maybe, if that isn't strong enough, it could also have a slight range of the projectile increase. So the range of the actual hunter could be kept the same, or even increased, I don't know. But maybe you guys will have to leave your ideas for it down below. What I was thinking was, the range of the actual projectiles is increased, just like the magic archer, where the projectiles go further than where it shoots. You know, it can see something in its line, but the arrow will still go past it and hit further behind it. The hunter projectiles could travel a little further than the usual hunter pellets. That's my idea for the hunter evolution. Maybe that's a little gimmicky, a little silly. I don't know. But what I do know is, you guys are very, very creative. Much more creative than I am, in all fairness. So, if you don't have your own idea for an evolution that you want to write down in the comments, I'm sure you can probably improve upon these 3 that I made in this video. So write down in the comments below any visual changes you might make, any in-game statistic changes you might make from the ones that I made. I've been Clowner. That's been 3 evolutions, this little series that I've been kept going. Maybe one day I'll get through every card and the series will end. Should I do that? Should I make an evolution for every common card in Clash Royale? An evolution for every rare card in Clash Royale? An evolution for every epic card in Clash Royale? Thank you guys so much for watching. I've been Clowner. That's 3 evolutions. I'll see you in the next one.